Okay, here we are. And this is the third light that I had in my light test. So this is going to wrap it up. This is the Bloom Plus 1000. And I like it a lot. So out of the three sets of lights, it is the cheapest to buy, which is really good. It is the least expensive to run electrically, which I like a lot. Again, I had it in my little grow box here that I created myself. Took an old cabinet, took the shelves out, put Mylar on it, and it works well. Roughly 20 inches by 36 inches by about 60 inches tall. So it works good for growing plants. I use this as my cloning chamber. I use it for seedlings, to start seedlings until, first stage of growth. I use it for my winter herbs, like my rosemary and my garlic chives and my regular chives and thyme and all this other herbs that I normally grow outside. I bring them in. I use it for cloning. Last year I cloned a pile of rosemary, which was great. I think this fall I'm going to try to clone rose bushes. Never done it before. That could be exciting. So anyways, that's again my cabinet, and it works well. So back to the light. I left this on for 24 hours inside my cabinet here that has very little ventilation. So that was rather interesting. This one actually ran the coolest, and I'll put a picture up if I can figure out how to do it to show the temperature that it was running at for the 24 hours and also the light temperature. And that is always a consideration of what you're feeding your plants, is your light temperature. So I really like this little unit. I have the Bloom Plus 3000 that I put into a 4x4 grow tent, and it works exceptionally well. It works great. So next year I'm planning to do again the seedling test that I did with these, but possibly I'm going to try for a 2 foot by 4 foot area. So we'll see if I can get some lights to cover a 2 foot by 4 foot area next spring and do a test. All in all, I think, boy, it's a toss-up on which unit to use. I really like this Bloom Plus for a number of reasons. Number one, cost. It doesn't cost as much as the others, substantially less than the Growtronics. Number two, it takes less energy to run, and I think everybody's interested in, how much energy they're burning. Cost versus light output is always... I also like the look of it. It's nice and thin, kind of got an industrial look, so that when I'll put this Bloom Plus again into my dining room to give my plants supplemental lighting come winter, because winter, of course, is always dark, don't get a lot of light, and my plants suffer for it. I like the look of this for in the living room much, much better than either the Growtronics or the Mars Hydro. So all in all, I think this one's my favorite. It works well. Does it work as good as the Growtronics? Man, it is close. And when you take into consideration, the cost, man, I don't think you can lose grabbing a Bloom Plus. I like it a lot. So all in all, I think the way I would rate these is the Bloom Plus, the top, the Mars Hydro second, and that line is so thin, it comes down to aesthetics. Where you're going to put it, I'll use this in the living room again. I will use the Mars Hydro either in this cabinet or on my other grow benches where I'd done the experiment. The Mars Hydro won't go to waste. I will continue to use my Growtronics. So it comes down to basically the difference in between the Bloom Plus and the Mars Hydro, where you're going to use it, and your finances. That's the fine line between the Bloom Plus and the Mars Hydro. Growtronics, I really like them. They work well. They're expensive. They cost more to run. They're not as cool running as the Bloom Plus in this cabinet, but not as hot as the Mars Hydro. So there's lots of considerations to go into a choice. You know, you have to make your own choice, but I don't think you'll hurt yourself by purchasing any of the three. So there you go. That's it for the roundup. And I think basically they're all pretty much equal, except for the cost of running, the electric costs, and the initial cost. Once you have them, man, it'll be interesting to go 4 or 5 years down the road and see if the Bloom Plus and the Mars Hydro stand up. Because these little T5 fixtures from Growtronics, they're probably 5 years old. I've been using them almost continuously, whether on an 18-hour schedule or a 12-hour schedule, from the time I got it. I wonder what the Bloom Plus will be like down the road 5 years. Anyways, that's the wrap up. Your mileage may vary. You have to make your own choice. I don't think you'll hurt yourself by going any of the three ways. So, cheers for now. And no matter where you are in the world, I hope you're having a great day, enjoying life, and just having a good time. Cheers.